Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Today, we from Group 4 will present our material is about task-based language teaching. Before that, me, Devirian Tiusman, will introduce my group members. The first one is Cindy Aliani as the second speaker and Sartika Hasim as the third speaker. So, the first material will be presented by me. The first one, we have definition of task-based language teaching. Task-based language teaching or TBLT, also known as task-based instruction or TBI, focus on the use of authentic language and on asking students to do meaningful tasks using the target language. Next, we have the goals of TBLT. The goal of teachers is to facilitate students' language learning by engaging them in a variety of tasks that have a clear outcome. Next, it's about characteristic of TBLT. Number 1, it gives an emphasis on learning to communicate through interaction in the target language. Number 2, it introduces authentic text into the learning situation. Number 3, it provides opportunities for learners to focus not only on language but also on the learning process itself. Number 4, it enhances the learner's own personal experiences as important contributing elements to classroom learning. And also number 5, it attempts to link classroom language learning with language activation outside the classroom. So, the next material will be presented by the second speaker is Cindy Aliani. So, Cindy Aliani, time is yours.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Cindy Aliani. So, I will continue the material from Devi Herianto Yusman. Okay. On this slide, we will discuss the nature of student-teacher interaction and the nature of student-student interaction. Okay, there is a difference between the nature of student-teacher interaction and the nature of student-student interaction. Okay, the first, the nature of student-teacher interaction. In TBLT learning process, the teacher is the input provider during the initial phase of the lesson. He also set the text for students to perform. He provides feedback such as recharge. Okay, the second, the nature of student-student interaction. Students often work closely together to help each other accomplish the task and to problem solve. Okay, continue to the next slide. The feelings of the student deal with. The student will get motivated to use the language being learned inside or outside of the classroom. As a result, the student's speaking skill will improve. On the other hand, their speaking problems will be minimized. So, by applying the text-based language teaching method, then the student will be benefit. So, student will experience and increase. Continue to the next slide. The language pivot and culture pivot in TBLT. Language is for communicating and for doing. So, language can be seen if we are pronouns. So we can know what language is other use. While the culture is not especially deal with, although certain texts might have a culture focus, such as when students prepare different ethnic food to share. Okay, that's the material from me. Furthermore, it will be continued by Sartika. Okay, thank you.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Sartika Hasim. Okay, I will continue the material from Cindy Aliani. Areas of language are emphasized and language skills are emphasized. In the TBLT learning process, the meaning dimension of language is emphasized. Depending on the nature of the task, any of the four skills can be utilized. Next. The role of the student native language. There is no explicit role for the student's native language. An evaluation accomplished, the teacher constantly evaluates students in light of task outcomes and the language they use. Okay, next. The teacher responds to student errors. Number 1. Error correction is done through a course or modeling or by providing a brief grammatical explanation. Number 2. The teacher decides which task to do. Number 3. The choice of assignment must be negotiated between teacher and students. Number 4. A need analysis is assessed to determine which real-world assignment students need to do when deciding which assignment to include in a course. Next. Okay, that was the presentation for our group. More and less sorry. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.